Hey, what's up, guys? This is David Chase Taylor, 911truther.org. Today is December 3rd of 2025. So, based on breaking news and events, it appears the CIA headquarters located beneath CERN at Lake Geneva in Switzerland is going to assassinate or kill Russian President Vladimir V. Putin surrounding his trip and his slated attendance at the 23rd India-Russia Summit in New Delhi, India. So according to the latest reports, Putin is slated to fly to New Delhi from Moscow on December 4th of 2025, and he is slated to return from Delhi to Moscow on the date of December 5th of 2025. Considering that this is a 3,270 mile trek over some of the world's tallest mountains, roughly 5,300 kilometers, something is going to happen to Putin on the journey there, while he is in India, or on his return. It's virtually 100% because the CIA is going to use this to basically trigger World War III. Coincidentally, back on November 27th of 2025, Putin was in Bishkek, Kyrgyzstan, attending a summit there, and I exposed a NATO-backed French Foreign Legion-based assassination raid targeting Putin at this event. So a similar type of event may in fact be planned. It's also highly likely that the United States and or Israel will stage a Pakistani terror attack via Al-Qaeda, the Taliban, one of their many Islamic terror groups, to basically assassinate Putin along with Indian President Narendra Modi in order to trigger a nuclear war between Pakistan and India. So they're basically killing two birds with one stone. Unlike Air Force One, on which the President of the United States flies, a Russian president has a fleet of aircraft. I don't know if this is for safety or security reasons, but Putin is going to be flying most likely on one of these aircraft on the round trip from Delhi to Moscow, and these include, but are not limited to, a Dassault Falcon 7X, Ilyushin 1162, an Ilyushin 1196, a Sukhoi Superjet 100, a Tupolev Tu-154, and a Tupolev Tu-204. If the CIA foregoes a direct assassination of Vladimir Putin surrounding this trip to India, they will likely stage a shoot down of this plane, possibly while going over the Black Sea, and then they'll subsequently blame it on Ukraine as some sort of revenge attack. But this plane is, I just mapped out Google Maps, I just mapped out the route from New Delhi to Moscow, and it passes over or very close to the borders of Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, Pakistan, and Kazakhstan. And so these are some of the highest mountains in the world, and so some sort of an event, they'll say that there was a blizzard, there was a whiteout, there was loss of fuel, some sort of an event is planned to basically knock out President Putin. So I'm just going to state for the record, emphatically state for the record here on December 3rd of 2025, that Russian President Vladimir Putin will not land safely in Moscow, Russia on December 5th of 2025 as currently scheduled. If Vladimir Putin is in fact assassinated, similar to the assassination of Archduke Ferdinand by the Black Hand in Sarajevo, will be used to start World War III. And if Putin is assassinated, or he dies in a terror attack, or he dies because his plane mysteriously disappears or crashes, um, Putin will be replaced by a hardline communist dictator that's slated to take Kiev and to basically nuke NATO countries or invade NATO countries. So this is very important that Vladimir Putin returns to Russia safely, because his impending death in the next 48 to 72 hours is really going to dictate the future of Russia and possibly the world. As also in respect to Modi with India and Pakistan, because the CIA is absolutely desperate to trigger World War III and some sort of a nuclear exchange between Pakistan and India. It's also interesting to know if the CIA does in fact stage some sort of an Al-Qaeda-backed terror attack targeting India, New Delhi, mainly surrounding this summit. This is basically the CIA has staged over the last couple of weeks. They staged a suicide bombing in Pakistan, then they staged a vehicle-borne bombing attack targeting the Red Fort in New Delhi. And then they staged the latest attack was another suicide bombing in Pakistan outside the consulate. Excuse me. So, the CIA has set the narrative for a terror attack that takes out Putin and or Modi. Obviously, if Modi is assassinated along with Putin, India will instantly blame Pakistan, and there will likely be nuclear missiles fired into Pakistan. Pakistan will respond in kind, and World War III will ensue. What's important to note here is that whatever happens to Putin surrounding this trip is going to be executed on the ground via the Israeli Mossad, or in the air via the Israeli Air Force or the Israeli Navy. So basically, unbeknownst to most of humanity, like 99.999% of humanity, Israel is the cause of 99.999% of all terrorism assassinations around the world. Switzerland, which is a neutral state, has an aggressive state, a parasitic state named Israel, who basically executes everything around the world, almost all of it. And their goal is to basically sucker nation states unknowingly into conflicts with each other, which they actually instigate. And in this particular case, it's no different. And it's what's the most important thing to realize here is that this impending assassination of Putin is specifically designed to, aside from trigger World War III, is to basically what's the right word? Castrate the ongoing peace talks between Ukraine, Russia, and the United States. So they don't want peace, and so they are absolutely desperate. This is Switzerland. So Switzerland does not want peace between Russia and Ukraine. They don't want peace between Russia and the United States, because Switzerland and Israel, their job is to play everybody off against each other. So Israel and Switzerland have the means, the motive, and the opportunity to stage this assassination of Vladimir Putin, either directly or indirectly under the guise of an accident. And so they are the ones that, as they say, chi bono, who benefits, and that is Israel and Switzerland. My best guess is that some sort of an event will happen on Friday the 5th, the last day of the summit, and this date coincidentally marks 26,722 days since Vladimir Putin was born. This has the number 26, which equates to the letter Z, which is an acronym for Zionism, which is the political motivation, as I just mentioned, behind this impending attack or assassination of Putin. And so obviously, if Putin is killed, poisoned, assassinated, dies in an accident, surrounding this trip, whether they blame it on Pakistan or Ukraine or Al-Qaeda or whatever, or the weather or whatever, know that it was Switzerland in Geneva has given the orders to Israel to basically to take out Putin and or Modi in order to trigger World War III. So obviously that cannot be allowed to happen. So if this in fact transpires in reality, I would kindly ask that you download this video and share it with local, state, and federal law enforcement, military, and intelligence officials, as well as with local, national, and international media outlets. Peace.